Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. This is one of my first major videos I'm doing to help assist people in life, guide them in life, motivate them in life, but the honest way, no bullshit. No, there will be some ranting, there will be some crazy stuff, but it's just more perspective stuff. So hopefully you guys will get some great insight, information and stuff to help you out with your life in this crazy goddamn world. Let's just say it that way. But anyway, so this message I want to share with you guys, very important message, and it really stuck with me. It's really affected me in my life, and it affects people. And I feel like a lot of people who are talking about life haven't lived real life. They've just lived a life in the sense of with money backing them, or they've lived a bit of a materialistic, too much of a materialistic life, and they do it from a perspective of materialism. I want to talk about real life beyond the fancy glory, beyond all the crazy nonsense, right? This message I want to share with you today is about perspective of oneself, reputation, where you sort of have been in your life or where you want to go, because status affects us massively in this world. In the UK, I'm going to elaborate on this because no one's talking about it. We have a massive class issue, and status is people have this lens on where they perceive us in a certain way, and what that's done is it's encouraged us to want to be more focused on how people perceive us, what our reputation is. And I just want to say, our reputation means something to somebody who doesn't matter 9 times out of 10. Your wife didn't get with you because you're an engineer or you're a bricklayer. They don't get with you because of that. Your kids, yeah, they become more happy with what you do. They get proud of what you do. So it does mean something to us, and it makes us feel good, but it's not important. I'll tell you what is important in life. It's important who you are from the condition of your heart, and what matters more in life is how you move through it, not the reputation that's stuck to you. Now, I get it, some of us have had bad experiences in life, and some of us have got bad reputations. Some of us have fantastic reputations where we've done everything right in life. I'm still yet to meet somebody who's done everything right in life, but no one really talks about that. Everyone talks about the glory, especially now social media's out. It's been around a while now, but you know, especially me, though it's been around a long time, social media, everyone's promoting themselves in this glorious light of this is who I am, this is what I get up to, you know, this is what I've done, and they try and glorify their reputation in such a way that it's perfect, pristine and stuff like that. Now, you have got individuals out there that don't do that, and fair play to them, hats off to them. You know, you've done your thing, you are who you are, and you've achieved great things, whatever. But this is what I want to say. This is what I want to go into more detail on. That what is more important is the condition of your heart, man. And I want to talk about the fact of reputation means nothing and how it can affect your mental health. Because not all of us go out in life to achieve the things we want to achieve. Some of us get so far up the achievement ladder and we think, you know, that, well, if I'm not at the top, there's no point trying. And you've got to understand that, you know, the fact that you've tried is good enough. Whether you're training to become a paramedic, a soldier, a boxer, a martial artist, you know, a beautician. Some people have this lack of confidence because we've set the bar so high for all of ourselves to become the best. And what other people's perception is of the best, we've set it so high, we think we need to be at that level. Now, don't get me wrong, being good at something takes time. Some of us are naturally talented, some of us have worked really hard, but people don't seem to understand that you have a life setting, that everybody has a different stage that they're performing on in life. Not everybody has the perfect setting, the perfect experience, just that perfect environment. For instance, look, Conor McGregor, right? MMA fighter, his wife looked after him while he was out fighting and she believed in him. You know, some people go, oh yeah, he slept his car, all this sort of jazz. But one thing I do know is that his wife supported him. Now, some of us don't have that blessing. Yes, you still have to work hard. Yes, you still have to go forth and try and achieve what you're trying to achieve. to become what you want to become, but it's not important. What's important is who you are to your loved ones, because ultimately titles don't matter. And I want to say this to you, that you can achieve these things, but how much do they really matter? Now, I served in the Army, Royal Engineers, 5 years, loved it. It was very amazing experience. It's all I wanted to do. I had a lot of hurdles throughout life to get to that. I had a lot of failures in life, but that wasn't the main thing in my life. That wasn't the main result in my life. You start new chapters, you get different chapters in your life. I've been a Royal Engineer, I've been a railway worker, I've been a scaffolder, I've worked in a gym as a fitness instructor, I've done loads of sales stuff, and now I'm a property manager and I run a business. But it's all different chapters. But life is just crazy how it chops and changes. Now, some years I get it, you've stuck it out, you've done 30 years in your industry, you're happy with it. For me, fair enough, it's not my thing. I like to do different things. I like to diversify my life, because I like to have a lot of stories and life experiences. But reputation, okay, and titles can really mess your mental health up. And I want to talk about this because when I left the Army, I suffered with an identity crisis. I spent most of my life trying to become this fantastic soldier. I spent most of my time working really hard to become this, and it never turned out what I thought it was going to be in the armed forces, to be honest. Obviously, you are missold a lot. We're all missold in life. But anyway, I left down to just not enjoying it. I did have some injuries. I ended up putting on a bit of weight in the Army, because I actually do that. I'm quite a big guy anyway. But it really messed my head up, because I'd been fit my whole life, been active my whole life. I was in the Army, I'd done well at the start, done well midway through, and then towards the end I had a few niggles and injuries. I never really got the support I needed in terms of recovering from them, from their team, and I just was miserable, so I left. When I left, I had all this excess mass, weight and stuff like that, and I ended up suffering with an identity crisis. Ended up getting depressed. I was thinking, I'm not the person I spent most of my life trying to be. I'm not this person of, just wanting to be fit, wanting to be I'm not this Royal Engineer. I looked at myself and I thought, I don't look like a Royal Engineer. I'm not this person anymore. So I went into a spiral of depression, and I had a sports car at the time. I was trying to rag it, and my mental health went, and I was thinking about wrapping it around a tree, and I had a mad mental breakdown, to be honest. I've resolved it by putting myself into something else, and I managed to get myself out of that spiral. But I had to come to terms with the Royal Engineer. That identity is not who I am. Who I am is myself, my own person, the man I am to my family, the man I am to my kids, to my friends, and I needed to be true to myself rather than lingering with a title. Hello, come on, throw him out with a dog. And I just, hey, get here. I had to change my mental state, and I can tell you something. I never felt so much more happier having to self-coach and self-manage myself into becoming who I am as a person. I tried to find happiness in things, in titles, in materialism, and I want to say this, and I don't want to preach to everybody, because I'm not a preacher. I'm not, I found God 6 months ago, man. And it changed my life, man. It really, really did. Really did. It changed my life. And I found happiness within myself, and I found it in the character I am. And now I live life to try and help people, inspire people, and try and just to live happily rather than chasing these titles. And now, if anyone says, "Who are you, Dan?" And I'll just be like, I'm Dan. I'm happy with myself, with my life, with the basic comforts. I'm not chasing status. I don't chase materialistic things. I don't chase big, not nice cars and women. I don't care about that. It's all ego. We need to release it. And this is what we have to do in life to find this true form of happiness, whether you're young, old, We need to find what is going to make us happy in this world. And if you look for it in things, you'll never be happy. I watched a video earlier today, and this is a religious thing again, but I'm going to tell you, and it's funny, it was about a movie in the 70s or something like that. And it's like, Jesus is talking to this rich man. Jesus asked this man to give up his wealth and his status in order to follow his God, the Lord and Saviour. And he says, follow me. He says, but I need you to let go of all your money and give it to the poor. He says, and follow me, and the reward will be far greater within your heart and within the kingdom of heaven. And the guy stood there and he was shocked. And he stood there and he was frowning and he was questioning, and he was silenced, and there was people around watching him. And the guy turned around and walked away, and he was walking away sheepishly. Now, this guy had a lot of money in them times. He was absolutely loaded, had his status. He was a spokesperson for a lot of people, looked like a Jewish religious figure as well. And he walked away. And Jesus then said, for a rich man to give up his status and his wealth, a camel has a better chance getting through the eye of a needle. And he says, the kingdom of heaven awaits for those who are willing to sacrifice their riches, but those who don't will find it far harder to gain a position in heaven. Now, whether you believe in that religious stuff or not, I'm not here to preach. I hope everybody finds their own peace with God. But it was a very insightful thing that I heard, and it just made me realise. I turned around to the missus after. I says, babe, I says, do you think we could give up everything we had right now if you knew that we could get a position in heaven? I says, imagine we're billionaires. I says, let's say that then. Would we do it? And it made me think, and I thought, would be hard. But luckily for myself, I come from nothing. I'm happy with nothing, you know. And I think I could, but imagine having a nice supercar, nice big house, your family's reliant on you financially, and you get told to give it up to follow God, to have a better life, to forget status, to forget wealth, and just live happily. Are you prepared to give up chasing those dreams to live in peace? Because personally, I could. But I hope this helps anyway. Please like, subscribe, share, all the bells and whistles. I want to make more content like this to try and help people. And yeah, if you wonder why I'm walking up a hill and I've got a chest infection. But yeah, out anyway. To the next video. Take care.